Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, friends, and distinguished, kind, forgiving contest evaluators, tonight I'm here to tell you a love story. A love story about open adoption. About 15 years ago, my wife Beck and I decided to start a family. Yes, there is life after being a district governor. But after 5 years, we decided that for us, the best course would be local open adoption. That's where the birth mom and you have a relationship. And for us, it means never having your child have to make that tough decision when they come of age, whether they want to learn more about their birth parents or not. So, we went to Lutheran Social Services, went to classes, filled out lots of paperwork, did a home check, a security check, and wrote a big check. And we're placed in the book. The book. You write a 2-page letter to the birth mom, 4 pages of pictures of your all-American family, and put it in along with 40 other couples into the book, which the birth mom goes through to hopefully select you to be interviewed, and then hopefully chooses you to raise her child. And we wait. A month later, on Friday, we met Kelly, a birth mom in her mid-20s who just emotionally and financially just wasn't able to raise her child. The next day, Saturday, we went to the hospital. Kelly was in labor early. Sunday morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, we were outside her hospital door when Aaron was born. Monday, we went to Target because we had nothing for a baby. And Tuesday, Aaron came home to live on our dining room table for a few months until we got the nursery ready. In one weekend, instant parents. And as Aaron grew, so did our relationship with her birth mom, Kelly. To the point where when she was 2 years old, Kelly asked Aaron to be the flower girl at her wedding. And the picture of Kelly and Aaron sitting below the altar with their matching white dresses still hangs above Aaron's bed today. That was easy. Let's do it again. We went to Lutheran. A few months later, we're in the book. And we waited. A year later, I was in a class at church about prayers. And it talked about the importance of writing your prayers down. So it had been a year, so I decided to go ahead and do it. Wrote down a bunch of prayers, including the one about getting promoted at work. And of course, the most important one, dear God, please give Aaron a baby brother or baby sister. And then it started coming true. And check this out. On Good Friday, my boss called me in and asked me if Aaron's dad wanted to be promoted to director. And then the next month, Kelly, who had become pregnant, had twins. Aaron now had a baby brother and a baby sister. God had got me on a technicality. And so, as 2 years came up of waiting in that book, we decided that maybe it wasn't going to happen. And that maybe we needed to pull ourselves out of the book. And then we got a call on Friday. To be interviewed on Saturday by Caitlin and her parents, Phil and Cheryl. And it clicked. And a few weeks later, time enough to get the nursery ready this time, we got a call from Caitlin at 3 o'clock in the morning to tell us that Elsa had been born. And we rushed to the hospital that day and held her in our arms and instantly fell in love with her. And the next day, the social worker called us and said, Caitlin needs some more time. Don't come back today to visit. And the next day, Thursday, same call, but this time the social worker said, well, start thinking about foster care as an option, because if she doesn't come home with you on the next day, Friday, then we'll put her into foster care until a decision is made. And that roller coaster of emotions that had gone so high had now plummeted so far until Friday came. And that morning, I woke up with a vision of Elsa reaching out and touching my cheek. And I knew that whatever decision Caitlin would make, it'd be the right decision, because it'd be made out of love. And I told Beck it'd be okay. And it was, because later on that morning we got a call from the social worker. We can come to the hospital, but don't come in. Just park there. And they would hand us the baby. And I thought, cool, a drive-by baby pickup. One baby, hold the prize. Yeah, okay. But when we got there, they did let us come in. And that moment of transfer from mother to mother of Elsa was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. And as Elsa grew, so did our relationship with Caitlin and her parents. Matter of fact, Bill and Cheryl said, can we be grandparents to both kids? And we said, sure. And Caitlin went back and finished school, came home to Minneapolis, moved out of her folks' home into an apartment, got a job, and life was great. Matter of fact, this is a year and a half ago, right before Christmas. She came to our house and said, can I have Elsa for the day? Okay. She took Elsa down to a portrait studio and got pictures taken of her and Elsa together and presented those pictures to us at Christmas. And those pictures hang today above Elsa's bed. And then a few months later, this is a year ago this month, Caitlin decided to go back to Maryland on the East Coast, where she graduated from college, to visit her roommate as she was graduating. She got as far as Pittsburgh. When stopped at a construction site, she was hit by a semi. And 4 weeks later, she celebrated her 24th birthday in a coma in a Pittsburgh hospital. And Elsa had sent out her most prized possession, a stuffed animal bear named Bear, to be by Caitlin's side. And the next week, 2 days before Elsa's 3rd birthday, Caitlin died. And at her funeral, the eulogist said, and Caitlin's legacy is Elsa. And Caitlin chose Bruce and Becca to raise her as their own. And that's my story. Because of 2 tough decisions by 2 brave women, their legacies will live on forever in their daughters, Erin and Elsa, and our daughters, and the loving families that now surround them, all as a result of a love story called Open Adoption.